Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to learn about the duties of the three branches of government: the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. The legislative branch is in charge of making laws, and they meet every year, every day, just about whenever they have a meeting. They meet at the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. The three branches came about because of the Constitution. And it's the Article 1, Section 1 of the United States Constitution says that all legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives. The Congress in the legislative branch is the House and the Senate. So the House and the Senate makes up the Congress. There's 435 representatives in the House, and there's 100 Senate members, representing 2 for every state. So there's 2 Senates in every state. And there's a variety, depending on the population, for the House of Representatives. Some states might have 1. Others may have 53. I think California has the largest of all of the House of Representatives. In the House, in the legislative, in the Congress of area, a law begins as a bill, and a committee gets together and reviews the bill. After they review the bill, it has to be passed by the Senate and the House. They have to vote on it. And then after the Senate and the House vote on it, it goes to the President. Here, take a look at this over here. How does bills become a law? First, the lawmaker introduces the bill. Then the committee reviews the bill. And the lawmakers are you and I, people like us. You know, sometimes we want things passed. You know, might be pollution. People are throwing trash all over the place. We want them to make a law about it. No littering. So the lawmaker introduces the bill, and then the committee reviews the bill, and they make changes, and they have to. A committee has to, of the Senate or the House of Representatives, have to approve the bill to even go to the House or the Senate. And then again, once it gets to the House and the Senate, they vote on it, and it goes to the President, and the President can veto the bill, meaning if he doesn't like the bill, he can veto it and send it back. And sometimes Congress can still pass the bill. These are the organizations that are in the legislative branch: the Architect of Capitol, the Center for Legislative Archives, the Congressional Budget Office, Government Accountability, Government Printing Office, Library of Congress, Office of Compliance, United States Senate. We won't go over these individually today, but in our next lesson we will. But I just wanted you to see what is in the branch of the House of Legislative Branch. And if you click on this, if you want to know who your senator or representative is, you can click on this link and go to this website, us.gov, and you will type in, you can type in, go here and type in your, you can contact your president, but most of all, you can find out who your representative is. It says here, locate your senator or find your representative. And if you click on it, it will ask you to tell you you find your state, and it'll tell you who exactly. Say you're looking for Florida. This is all of the legislators in House of Representatives in Florida. So this is a directory of the representatives. Okay. All righty. The next branch is the judicial branch. In this branch, there's the Supreme Court and the Federal Judicial Center, where the Federal Judicial Center is the research and educational agency for the courts. And finally, we have the executive branch. In the executive branch, the president is head of the executive branch, and that's where the reinforcement of laws of the land is made. The executive branch organizations are the Executive Office of the President, which is in the White House. The President's Cabinet is there, is the federal agencies, the independent federal agencies and commission, and the U.S. Gov, and the Federal Information Center, and the USA Jobs. These are the executive branches of. Now, here are all of the branches: executive branch, legislative branch, and jurisdictional branch. Remember, neither one of these branches have power over one another. And that's the way they wanted to balance the power. So neither one have more power. So if you're ever asked the question, who has more power? Neither one of these three branches have power over one another. As you can see, the legislative branch, who writes the laws, they have the power to impeach and override anything that comes from the executive branch. The executive branch can enforce the laws and can veto anything that comes from the legislative branch. Right here, again, they write the laws and they can approve judges. The legislative branch can approve the judges for the judicial branch. But on the other hand, the judicial branch, who interprets laws, they can declare the law unconstitutional coming from the legislative branch. And again, the jurisdictional branch, who interprets the law, they can declare presidential acts unconstitutional. The presidential and the executive can enforce the laws. Who enforces the laws? They can appoint, the president has to appoint the judges. Well, the judicial branch, who interprets the law, can declare whatever the president judge, they can declare the president being unconstitutional. So, as you can see, no one has power over the other. The power is always balanced. Here's some nice words I would like you to learn. We're going to mostly talk about what a bill is. A written plan for a new law. That's the bill that they pass. That's in the House of Legislative. Checks and balances. We just talked about that. A system that ensures one branch of the government is no more powerful than the other branch. They're all balanced. All three are balanced. The executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. And we also want to talk about laws, which are rules made and enforced by a government. And override, which you can override and reject or cancel a decision. And boys and girls, that is what the three branches are. So I hope you enjoy the game. Thank you.